like this moment right now to stop
that lead from Totoro.
Yeah, well, Spanish point, so I think that's worth it.
Yeah, only 8-point spread left in this game there.
And we have 18 minutes to go, like to finish this only one period game.
Yada Yada is going to take the star now for Sweden against Killer Manzano.
First time that we see the Swedish jammer, Yada Yada. I think we didn't see yet on the track as a jammer.
Inside line, it looks like lead assessed to Sweden. Hot on their heels, though. Killer Manzano is out and eligible to score. This is going to be a quick one. The pack starting to get a bit rough and ready on that straightaway. Shoulders flying as they come back towards the jam line. Jam called at the very last second. Did they pick up points? It looks like 2 points to Sweden.
And 0 points on the last jam for Team Spain.
So score is now 34, playing 28 in favor of Spain. So Sweden, again, nickel and diming their way up to close that gap.
On the jammer line, we have Kubo for Team Spain, number 44, and we have the number 563 Swix Jackie.
Both teams with their pivot in the bin, but Sweden's pivot standing. That's going to be number 1, Tim Floden.
Only 3 blockers of each team on the track, 1 penalty for each team.
We are here at the
we can see as the Spanish jammer. He's a very tricky jammer. He just moves all around the track, and he just pass and get the lead jammer status.
That's right, very nimble, utilizing the edges and footwork there. Tried to push around that final Swedish blocker. Took a little second longer than they probably wanted, but managed to get lead.
Between Sweden and Spain, ending with a 1-point differential.
And I think we had a star pass for the Sweden. That's a pivot who has the cover on his hand, and he's having some problem with the 3 wall of Spanish blocker. Number 1, it's the new jammer for Team Sweden. It's Team Florin. Is that okay, Paul, as a pronunciation?
Yeah, that's pretty correct, yeah.
Sorry, I don't speak any Sweden.
It seems to be the only language you don't speak.
Yeah, well, what a few language. Maybe the second one.
A little apex hop there from Kubo, picks up the full 5 for Spain. Tim Floden still pushing away that front line. Got one to be knocked to the inside. No pass, no penalty. They're going to be out and eligible to score, so completed star pass to Floden.
Oh, attempt to have an upper jam, but yeah, he finished the jam before the number 1, the jammer of Team Sweden, get any points. 0 point for Team Sweden, and we had some points for the last jam for Team Spain, I suppose.
7 points in total, yeah. So 41 is going to play 28. They're really trying to keep that gap, but it's never really exceeding more than, say, 15 points. So all to play for at this point. We've got just under 15 minutes left in this 30-minute game.
So on the half, yeah.
Holmberg is going to be jamming up against Onion for Sweden and Spain, respectively.
Skating in the white is
Onion knocked to the inside, re-engaging with that pack, getting a little shove from their blocker. Meanwhile, Holmberg is stuck at the back. Bit of a scrum coming into the second straightaway now.
40 is done. Number 5 is.
Oh, we have a penalty for 1 blocker. Sorry, I thought it was the jammer, it was the blocker. And lead jammer for Sweden. Lead jammer for Holmberg.
Number 76 is Illy.
Onions thought they might be breaking out there at the turn, but taken and recycled all the way back to the turn 3.
So they are the
Holmberg still got one to be at the front, take to the outside, probably recycled, fair distance, but it looks like Onion is going to get sent off for a touchdown penalty. This is going to be a power jam to Team Sweden.
Corte de pista para el jammer español y lluvia de penaltis para el equipo de España. Un solo blocker en la pista. El jammer del equipo de Sweden que intenta pasar por la línea interior logra hacerlo. 4 more points for Team Sweden.
Yeah, correct. The 5 points there. Obviously, Sparks jammer, maybe not noticing that the jammer was in the penalty bin, so the ghost points are assessed.
Beautiful hit on number 13 of Sweden, trying to help his jammer, but he was recycled for the number 3 of Team Spain. Trying to pass to the outer line. He passed, and he received 5 more points for Sweden.
And we have had a lead change now, that further 15 points. Cut track assessed on Onions, so they're going to go back to the penalty bin. The Sweden power jam is going to continue. But we have had that lead change, 43 now, so 41 in favour of Sweden.
This is Barcelona.
Right.
And Holmberg is off to the cut track penalty. We're going to have a jammer switcheroo. This one's going to go the full 2 minutes, by which I mean it's going to end right now.
That means we are going to have a power star on the next jam, with the Team Spain having only 2 blockers on the track. That is going to be interesting.
Indeed. We have a team timeout called by Team Spain at this point. Great chance to mention one of our sponsors, Roller Derby Elite, proud sponsors of Worldwide Roller Derby and platinum sponsor Team USA.
Reset straight down the middle on the
And I
inside
think
line.
Team USA should start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop.
That is right.
Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop.
That is right.
Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop.
That is right.
Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop. Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop. Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop. Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the clock is not going to stop. Start on the other track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout. And we remind you that the track if you want to take some derby on the track, but we only have 1 minute to go in the team timeout.
So it's set him back again. We'll see if he's able to be released. Oh, it appears star pass has occurred.
Textbook star pass. Absolutely beautiful.
Off to Lopez.
Sully taking that nod from his bench, making the option to call it. And as we were saying, talking about that hit it and quit it, the points per jam, 23 points against just a 4 and a 5-point pass previously.
Yeah, and when the opportunity arrives, you have to take it, and that's exactly what Sully did. And currently, our score, we have 37 for England, 0 Chile. We are heading into Jam 4, and we are about 4 minutes, 10 seconds into the game.
So this is going to be an England debut, jamming right now, number 99, Sparky. And he is through as lead. I'm sure that all of the T-side skate invaders are going absolutely balmy. Incredibly proud of him. I know they will be.
And that is 66 for Chile. That's Lagos breaking through that wall up in the front, pushing the defense into turn 3. No point, no penalty. So he's not lead.
And Sparky there, reverting to that hit it and quit it.
Not a bad debut.
Not a bad at all. So it looks like England are running a 4-jammer rotation as things currently stand, because we're now back to Charlie Scraplin up on the line.
Yes, and for the first time, so yes, their Roller Derby World Cup debut, that is 16, Nicolas Arroyo Pinilla for Chile. Hanging on, as up on the tippy toes, taken to the lines by Team England, still fighting. While lead going to Team England.
Charlie Scraplin being held for a little bit longer this time round. Took around 15, 20 seconds for him to break out and get lead. Now having trouble on this scoring pass.
Chile with the drawback all the way behind the jammer line. Yes, into turn 4. The pack has decided to come with.
Yeah, sometimes when you get that double jammer recycle, we end up with a negative pack pace.
It's never a good time.
No.
Especially for the
wins.
jammers.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins in that case, correct. Oh, we're seeing some great offense coming from 0-0-0. That is Omar Gerd.
And that was some beautiful footwork from Pinilla on the inside. Managed to evade what would have been a devastating hit from, I believe it was from Banks. And just some nice toe-stop work along the inside to work his way through. Pack hadn't seen him through on that initial.
Trace Mealy 14, that is Fernandez facing off against number 6, Rufio for England. And again, if you're just joining us, we have Chile in red and England in white. Current score 50 for England, Chile 0.
Rufio got pulled back all the way to turn 4, but does manage to come out victorious. However, making a very short work of the pack as well.
Fernandez staying safe side, able to break free. The jam is called before any points go up for Chile.
So folks, this next jam will be brought to you by Bruised Skate Noose. Bruised skate straps. Skates just don't quite fit right. Don't let the foot heel slippage mess with your game. Check out Bruised skate straps. They wrap around your boot and plate and keep your feet in place so you can improve your agility. Be better with Bruised skate straps. BruisedSN.com.
As 086, Francisco Escobar, first time jamming in this game. His opposition, who do we have there? Number 17, Sully, is back at it, picking up lead for England. Meanwhile, Patron working the inside line, attempting to break through, getting caught up in a tripod of England.
Yeah, that's a very nice wall that England have got at the back there. Shroom's just pulling back to kind of do the one-on-one action, but very quickly reforming with the rest of his tripod. Meanwhile, Sully up on another scoring pass, having to slam those brakes on to prevent himself from doing anything penalty-worthy as he entered the pack.
Yes, as we know, those penalties are disastrous at times for teams, so always good to be cognizant.
I do believe that we've had ourselves a star pass.
Yes, I could see Lopez at the back of the pack. Yes, pushing now on that tripod, going in the center, making some way on the toe stops, but drawn back behind the pivot line, ducking around. Oh, that would have been beautiful should it came to completion. Oh, a low block call. So he'll sit as jammer, leaving England with the power jam advantage. Freezing Lopez in the box. Power start for England up next.
Let's just see that last pass through that Sully made. Chile really making him work for this. I think that's probably one of the most difficult jams we've had for England so far.
Probably. And I think for Chile as well, on the jammer front, once the star was passed to Lopez, you know, he just threw it out there trying to go low around the outside, but it just didn't work.
Oh, big apex jump from Sparky, back on track, picking up that lead jammer at the start of this power jam in favor of England.
And England keeping the pack in back, holding Saya back.
Nice offense from Omar, sees him through for that grand slam.
Pack in the back stretch. England sending their pivot 0-0-0. That's Omar Gerd to Archie's box.
Sparky looking for another apex jump coming out of turn 3. Doesn't quite land it, so has to reset.
Sparky making quick work through the pack on the last pass. The doors just seemed to open in the middle.
Do you reckon he's as good at sea as he is on land and air?
I don't know. Perhaps.
I think Sparky's having some more success with flight than some of our attendees this weekend have had with actual airplanes.
I have to agree. That is the beauty of international travel, isn't it? But no complaints because we were able to get here.
Absolutely.
I'm grateful.
And big love to anybody who's been unable to attend because of travel issues.
We miss you.
We really do. Various different travel issues, of course.
Trains, planes, automobiles, you name it, it's happened.
Yeah.
But I digress. In the back stretch, it looks like our pack has moved up a bit, although England with the drawback on Chile's jammer, that would be Cyborg. Sparky working at it, really having to push it out in the back stretch, emerging with 4 points. And we have about 18.5 minutes remaining in the game. 14-point pass for Sparky. 4 points. Chile is now on the board. 81-4, heading into Jam 9.
Awesome stuff. I mean, I was literally just about to say England doing an impressive job managing to hold Chile to 0 so far. Chile sneaking in those points in that last jam. Great stuff to see them having something on the board. Renewed, vigorous, and they're back on.
We have Charlie Scraplin back at it, number 10, wearing the star for England. And that is Lagos back at it for Chile, although picking up a cut call, so power jam in favor of England.
Scraplin going for the outside line once more, taken off by Carrasco.
On one foot, almost took flight going up there. Okay, Chile with the drawback.
Nice hold there from number 40, Don. Just a little bit of a sweep on the outside there, trying to clear a dash of space, because quite frankly, that's all Charlie Scraplin needs. However, out of the penalty box.
Perhaps a little fire for Lagos. Pat keeping it slow, heading into the back stretch. Jam is called. 10 points more for England. Oh, I apologize, 12. 93-4. We'll have a 4-3 pack advantage for Chile as England's pivot currently in the box. on the jammer line. That is Rufio in white for England, up against Espartano in red for Chile.
Rufio nearly through on that legal initial, just got taken off, but the opposing blocker went down as well. So Rufio is through. He is not lead though, because no pass, no penalty. And Chile's jammer is headed to the box. So we're going to have what I think might be our first 2-minute jam of this game.
Yes. Both teams will be working it out tentatively before turn 4, with a rush from England.
Explosive offense.
England managing to split the pack for Chile.
Jammer now being released for Chile. England are fully aware. But you can see him pushing every single one of those potential gaps. Rufio with a swirl, a dip, a duck and a dive does manage to complete that scoring pass.
And I noticed something. It's not Espartano jamming. That is Pania picking up a cut off to the box.
So that's 2 penalties in this jam for him. Don't forget, folks, with these 30-minute short format games, it is 5 penalties to foul out. So you've got just that little bit less leeway, so to speak.
And we had Chile's defense driving Rufio to the infield, able to put in some pretty effective work despite being split. Okay, we have 3 members of Chile's defense regrouping in the front.
Just 3 more points on the board there at the end of that jam for England.
And there's the impressive offensive rush in turn 4 from England.
Chile didn't know what hit.
No, it was beautiful to watch. Beautiful and disastrous all at the same time. And I mean that in a complimentary way.
Oh, best possible way.
Yes. And the points per jam, we're seeing, small builds at times from England, but then they're able to turn it up. Seeing a little bit more intense those last few, but consistent 14, 14, and 12.
We are in a team timeout at the moment. The next jam will see us starting with another power jam for England.
And we'd like to thank our sponsor, Sucker Punch Skate Shop. They are the largest Derby-owned and operated store in Europe, operation online, and they have a physical store as well. They're heavily involved in the European Derby community on a number of levels, and they're best known for reliable service, honest advice, and competitive prices, as well as their top quality products and huge product range. So thank you, Sucker Punch Skate Shop.
Thank you very much.
You are quite welcome.
So team timeout done and dusted, and it looks like we're going to get straight back into this action.
I like that, done and dusted. I might have to borrow that.
I mean, you can't see it, but I'm doing a hand dusted motion.
Yes, I like it. Me gusta mucho. All right.
Gracias.
De nada. That is number 17. That's Sully back at it for England. Lead, making quick work, only 10 seconds in. Meanwhile, Pania released from the penalty box. Fighting against the England defense, pushing just around the pivot line.
Pania.
Star pass.
Indeed.
And that's to 95, Matias Navarrete Orellano.
So we've now got an incredibly small jammer against what is quite a large wall for England. But the footwork is incredible.
Yes.
He's dancing all over the track, following that pack and just pushing every possible avenue.
Going low on the outside, but taken out. So right, bounces back up. Oriana back at it.
Ooh, I
Packs
felt
a
that.
punch.
England back up to a full pack. Meanwhile, Chile hemorrhaging players to the box. Got a bit of a rotating door situation going on.
Never fun. As much as we all like those hotel revolving doors, but not on the derby track.
No.
All right, some tippy toes from Oriana, taken to the infield, drawn back into turn 1. Looks like he was about to put the star on his head, but still fighting past the England defense. I will say, England making expert work of drawing the jammers line to line. It's just something consistent throughout the game. Obviously necessary at this level, but just noticing how it can dominate an opposing team. Clutch skill. Well, Selly taken to the outfield in turn 3.
That jam coming to its natural conclusion, so that was going to be another full 2. And just quick recovery and that nice grapevine along the outside line.
Lots of control. That was a 34-point jam.
Wow.
Yeah, I think highest scoring in this game. I don't know in comparison to the first 2 games today. But 149 England for Chile. We have just over 10 minutes remaining. We are now in jam 12. 99. Oh, wait. I think that's a familiar number. Sparky.
Yep. So that's 3 for 3 now for Sparky. Insane, however, is out of the pack and he's giving chase, getting incredibly low and crossing over, coming into those turns. Look, he's just so low.
Lagos probably having the highest percentage of success in escaping the pack out of most of Chile's jammers.
And that's going to be a scoring pass for Chile.
Be glad to receive those, putting 4 up, taking them to 8. Yeah, England only outscoring Chile by 1 point. There we go, Insane pushing it out against that last 2 wall. Meanwhile, Sparky got by.
An interesting tactical move there from England. I think it's something that we're going to see potentially quite a lot this weekend. Originally I was like, why is Sparky running the jam? He's in control. And then I realized England had 2 blockers in the box.
Yes.
They were running it to release them.
Exactly. So you start with full staff. You have that nice full complement of blockers, which I believe both teams do right now.
They do.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty. And know what else? That is Fernandez jamming for Chile. They're in red, up against England in white. Charlie Scraplin breaking free, lead status. Okay, we have Chile's jammer getting swept to the outside, still fighting. Oh, take it to the infield. Let's see if here's just drawn back. No penalty call there. That was on one of their blockers. It was 8,000 Carrasco. So
is this your first time seeing Charlie Scraplin skate?
Yes, it's a pleasure.
You may not be aware, it's as you are new to the way of the Scraplin. He's
the way of the Scraplin.
The way of the Scraplin. The reason he moves the way he does on track, he's actually a 3rd latex rubber on his mother's side.
Oh, okay, that makes so much sense.
Really, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
It's the Gumby blood.
Yes. He's just the man is liquid.
Yes. There's proof right in front of us, and the best part is it's being recorded.
Yes.
All right, that is 6 in white. That's Rufio back up against 16. For Chile, that's Pinilla back at it. Pack keeping it slow in turn 1. Being pushed out. Oh, hey, Rufio puts 5 up. Jumping that apex just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Smidge.
If anybody watching at home is thinking that Rufio looks familiar, but you're not that familiar with UK roller derby scene, he is a skater for New World Order from Manchester Roller Derby.
Okay.
So you will no doubt recognise his very specific style from the Men's Roller Derby Association Championships held last year in Cwmbran, Wales.
Oh, okay. That's just it. I think sometimes because of derby names versus given name, many skaters will take the honor of the World Cup and skate under their given name instead of derby name. So it makes you do a double take. have a timeout in progress. Chile has used all of their timeouts. England has one remaining.
And we're going to get back into this now. Sully up to jam for England. And that's number 66, Lagos, for Chile.
Lagos getting the shutdown from England's defense right off the jammer line. That tripod lined up and said, we're not going to play here.
Ever so sorry, old bean. Just no. No.
No, you shall not pass.
I mean, they're going to block you, but they're British, so they're going to be polite about it.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. Normally, Canadians get that rep. So also, England.
Yeah.
Okay, the British.
I've got visions of, like, if England and Canada play, it's just going to be like, I'll go after you, just after you.
That makes me so happy. Oh, up the line, but taken out right at the edge of the backstretch. Accelerates. Lagos getting put back in. No points for Chile. 5 on the last pass. Check that out. Was that Scooby or Illbilly? There was a 7 number. Sorry, I couldn't quite see. Who took him out right on the inside.
I believe it was Billy.
Yeah.
Team England's Illbilly.
I like that, Illbilly. Cute.
Illbilly, of course, the proprietor of Dirty Jeans, clothing and apparel.
Very nice.
Beautiful sunglasses.
Oh.
Oh!
086. What was that?
That was interesting to say the least. I think we may have just seen the fabled Pegasus.
Ooh. Well, we'll have to see if they caught it on the replay
I
for
really
us.
hope so. We do, however, have both jammers out and scoring,
Yes.
so I think that's going to be points to the board. Chile not managing to... We're going to get the replay. We're going to get the replay.
Okay.
And a slow-mo.
Slow-mo.
Yup. We've talked about it for years.
Okay.
The Pegasus. It's real, folks.
Well, Pegasus, yes, but it's not in the sense that I initially envisioned.
No.
Not the, two-handed assist. It was more using one's teammate's booty.
Shall we call it the rear-facing Pegasus?
Yes, I like it. The reverse Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Russian judges gave it a 7.5.
Look, ma, no hands, Pegasus. Right.
That was incredible.
Yes,
we do have a new
floored.
jam in action, though, so we're gonna focus back in.
Charlie Scraplin versus El Patron. Scraplin with just a quick little hop. 5 up for England.
He almost canters. I don't know how you can canter on skates, but he does it.
Oh, using
beautiful.
those edges in a beautiful way. Really, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Just keeps you inbounds and in play, but he made it work.
If you can make it look nice at the same time,
even better.
Then, yeah. More bang for your buck.
Even after calling the jam, up on the toes again.
Yeah. The recovery and reformation time of Scraplin is just incredible. Some of the hits that I've seen him take, like really knock down, drag out, flooring hits, and he's just back up.
Well, he likely is able to take that momentum in some way and just turn it for propelling back upright. Physics, yo. Yes. Oh, I don't believe I've seen Vieje up online. 28 jamming for Chile.
A bit of a pile up there on turn 1. However, Rufio, again, more quick recoveries, comes through as lead.
England's defense shutting it down in turn 1. Taking Vieje to the lines. Rufio pushing it out in the backstretch, taken to the outside. A cutting call on Rufio.
I did wonder as we were coming around that second straightaway, saw Rufio get taken off, come back on track, and I had a reasonable degree of certainty that the skater who removed him had already drawn back.
Yes.
So this is now Power Jam in favor.
The tables have turned. Yes.
So a cut for a cut. So we're going to have a jammer switch out, and means we're going to run for the full 2, of which we've got around 50 seconds remaining. So still possible. Chile still looking for their initial. Rufio will be up on a scoring pass now.
And that sweep sneak attack offensively from England. We just saw a miniature version of that previous replay. Pack in turn 1. Oh, here's a cut call on Rufio. So unusual, but no, we're getting down to the end of the game. We know this sometimes happens.
Yeah, Viege through on the initial now, going to look to put some more points on the board. Coming into the final seconds of this game. Oh, so close on the outside, but Banks with the takeoff. And happily saying, it's me, you need to come back behind me. And I'm going to go all the way back.
Commanding the pack at that too. Oh, let's see. Off the line, Rufio.
Taking some big hits. And then this pile up on turn 1, that was some big impact.
Luckily, he recovers quickly. Depends on how you fall, too.
It does.
And going right to the outside. Yay, making it look good up on the toes. Unfortunately, right at the edge, that was when Banks took him to the outside.
Yeah. So that is full time. The seconds tick down in that final jam. We will, of course, wait for the official score, but it did look like Chile managed to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, 4-3 jam there.
Not bad stuff at all. And just to kind of give you that rundown as well of the points per jam. And we actually had a scoreless jam.
Yeah.
Right slap bang in the middle of the game.
Interesting placement. Our score is official, 202-211 in favor of England.
There it is again.
The reverse Pegasus.
And folks, if you want to see that again, which quite frankly, why would you not?
I need to play that over and over.
Yeah. Please make sure that you tune in this evening to our studio show. It will be outside of the live stream that you are paying for today, and of course the weekend. And our show called The Official Review will be hosted by the fantastic Brom, and he'll be joined by myself, Snoogans, King Crazy, and Toronchitora.
Very nice.
So we're going to do a wrap-up of the day, tell you what's gone on, talk about our favourite highlights. And although you weren't able to hear us this morning, we're going to tell you all about the predictions for the top 4 that King Crazy and Toronchitora made as well.
Wonderful. Well, we'll be heading into Game 4 shortly. I don't have my schedule quite up here, but we'll check to see who's up next. Lots more action to come here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup, live from Barcelona. I'm Banshee with Snoogans. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.